What is up, lads and lassies? Welcome to my first ever attempt at speedrunning this amazing game of Flow Free. As you can see, I have reset my progress and done the daily puzzle for today. This is my first ever attempt at the speedrun, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. So, I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Damn it. My problem with this game is that I always kind of struggle to accurately get them in the thing. Like, I feel like I have speed down to, like, all right, but I tend to miss some of the connections. Again, this is just my first run, so I'm just kind of trying to test the waters, see what I'm capable of. This isn't really necessarily that much of a serious thing, but you know, it would be nice to have something like a nice first runner underneath my belt, sure to get me started. The last 5x5 map, and I went to 6x6, which is basically just as difficult as 5x5, as basically it's not very difficult at all. You know, it's just very similar experience. I just messed that up. That's what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes I just miss the corners where, like, I do have the angle wrong, or it's just something, and I just mess up, and it just kind of screws me over a bit. But it's all right. As I was saying, a 6x6 is not too much harder than 5x5. It's just slightly bigger. The puzzles are still all very, very, very simplistic. You just kind of have to shoot. So yeah, just like that. Sometimes I just scrunch up the connections, and it just completely kind of screws me over. But you know what? I think I have pretty okay recovery, so it's not too bad. See, once again, there in the corner, my angles sometimes kind of suck, but it's okay. Because as I said, this is just a tester run, just to see what I'm capable of. Currently, the world record is held by Mr. Taco Eater for this category. It's, I think his run's like a 10:56, which is pretty damn imposing, if I do say so myself. You know, like, I was just looking up these runs for the first time, and Mr. Taco Eater holds like 8 of the 10 runs, because I think there's like, I don't remember how many different categories there are, but he holds like all but 2 of them, which is really damn impressive. Honestly, like I've watched some of his runs, and he's really, really good at the game. Like, I feel like there are times where I'm slightly faster than him, but his accuracy is like on point. Like there are some times we have some like tricky backhands you gotta do, and he just nails them every time, pretty much. Like, he's insane. Oops, sorry, I forgot to turn off notifications. Let me do that real quick. And yeah, now we're in 7x7, which is still honestly not too difficult compared to 5x5 and 6x6. It's just slightly bigger. Honestly, the only, like, I've done a bit of practice with this, and once I get to like 8x8, it tends to get a bit tricky, just because the maps are bigger and some of the angles are harder to hit with, like, positioning wise. But oh my god, I messed up. Oopsies. It's fine. There we go. See, sometimes I just get stuck in a corner like that. I'm trying to fix it, and it just does not freaking fix for me, which is frustrating, but it's all right. We're halfway through 7x7 now, which is pretty good, if I do say so myself. We're going at a pretty good pace right now. It's in at like a 4-minute at the moment, which is quite decent, if I do say so myself, for a first run. I do know that 8x8 and 9x9 is going to take me a bit longer than the other ones, just because 5x5 I've gotten pretty good at that, because I'm able to do in the time trial. I'm able to do like 15 in 30 seconds, which is basically 2 puzzles every second. So I'm really good at instantly analyzing the puzzles and just knowing where they go. My problem is just being able to accurately, get everything where it needs to go. Right there, I missed the blue, but I got it. Alright, so almost done with 7x7 here. There's 2 more to go. And this is the last one. Gotta sneak around like that. There we go. And 8x8 is here we go, boys. Well, again, damn, that green one just totally screwed me over. Alright, well, that's a wonderful start. It's alright, though. I was able to recover pretty quickly. Nope. I always forget this one. You have to, do this. There are a couple of these puzzles, like an 8x8, 9x9, that just are really freaking weird, dude. You have to, they're kind of the ones I can't just, do instantly. This one is a bit odd. I just messed up again. Yeah, see, like I said, I'm not as good at the bigger ones. I'm still pretty okay, but it's just, they're harder for me, because I'm not sure if you're, I'm not sure what finger you're supposed to play with. I think I did that wrong. Yeah, this one's weird. You have to, open the round like that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That one's always tricky for me. As I was saying, I tend to play with my right thumb as my main finger, which isn't necessarily the most optimal. I'm not sure what the most optimal finger to use is. Or I guess your thumb's not necessarily a finger, but you know what I mean. Because I remember I watched a what was it? Oh yeah, I just messed that up. Oops. I have to go up and around like that. I still did it wrong. Wow. Try this instead. There we go. Yeah, I watched, I mentioned the time trial earlier, the 5x5 30-second time trial. I found a video online. I don't remember what the YouTube channel name is. It might have actually just been Mr. Taco, but it was a guy who was able to do 17 puzzles in 30 seconds, which is just unreal. But he used his middle finger, whereas I use my right thumb, because that's just what I've always used. And I'm not sure which is faster, but I definitely am more accustomed to using my thumb, just because, I've been playing this game for, obviously, I played it when I was younger, because it's a very popular mobile game, just to, keep your kids entertained while you're sitting in an office or something, but, so obviously that's when I first played it, but I, recently, the most, recent when I first got into it was in Algebra 2, my sophomore year, and shoot, I messed up that. I didn't quite connect that. I tapped the screen because I thought that's where the thing was going to be. Basically, I needed a game to not have to listen to my teacher drone on endlessly, so I picked this game just because, I saw one of my friends playing it at a basketball game, and he was pretty decent at it. And I was like, oh, I remember that game. And he's like, hey, you should try to get better than me. And I'm like, okay, bet. So I did. And I didn't even realize I was any good at all until actually a couple months ago. It was March, when I played it in front of a friend of mine. And she was like, how the heck are you going so fast? I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, oh, yeah, have you played these puzzles before? And I'm like, no, because it was one of the daily puzzles, so I don't think I'd seen them before at that point. And she was like, how the heck do you go that quickly? And I'm like, I don't know, just do. So that was a point where I started to realize I was actually kind of above average at the game. And I just got back from a vacation, and that's when I was that's when I first started looking at speedruns. And I remember I looked up the world record leaderboard, and I saw Mr. Taco Eater, the legend himself, Mr. Taco Eater, and I was like, you know what? At 10:56, I think I'm not gonna be able to beat it, but I can at least get pretty close to it. It's one of those things where it just kind of messed that up. Oh, God, the other way. There we go. It's one of those things where I'm just like, you know what? I think I've got a shot at this, because I'm pretty sure I can get on the leaderboard. If not, I'm definitely not gonna get a world record. That's for sure. He's insanely good. There's no way I'm gonna be able to beat him for now. I do plan to grind, because I think I can get it if I try. But for now, it's definitely out of my reach for now. But I just remember I watched some of the videos, and some of the people they had some of my accuracy issues, but they were also slower than me. So I feel like I'm going to get a spot on the leaderboard guaranteed. It's just a matter of where and how good. So we have to go through. I missed the corner up again. Going around. But yeah, I like, honestly, this game, it is very, it's very relaxing for me. It's just, it's a game, it's kind of game I can just kind of pull out wherever, and I can just kind of play easily. Especially since I'm like pretty fast at it now. It's a very easy game to just pull out and, like, you know, clear a couple like 15, 30 levels easily and just put it away and then get back to the task at hand. Like in class, if I'm just like bored or if I like I finish my homework or something, I can just whip it out, you know. Well, that sounds kind of suggestive, but I can pull out my phone and get on the game and I'll just get right to it and, you know, just get a couple levels done, you know, advance my progress. Well, obviously I had to reset my progress for this speed run here, but honestly, progress in this game doesn't really matter to me so much anymore because I've beaten the entire game 6 times. So, you know, it's kind of a moot point where progress is not as important to me. I just messed that up, I think. No, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe like that. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I feel like I'm fine resetting it. And obviously, like, I've replayed and replayed the first couple packs of this game over and over while I was on my vacation because I was just trying to practice for this. I didn't want to try to do the run while I was on vacation because, you know, I'm supposed to relax, and I didn't want to like try to do that while I was like in the car at the hotel because it was just kind of not a good place to do these kinds of things. But you know what? It's okay because we're doing it now. But yeah, I do really like this game though. I missed that like 5 times while that yellow was a piece of poop, man. Anyway, we're coming up on the end of this here run. This is the last 9x9 puzzle here, and I'll mess that up. Oopsies. Alright, that's it. So I split it right after yeah. So, yeah, that's, wow. I got 1150.4, because that's when, I have 2 splits here. One's called start, one's called finish, but I can't really show that because it's on my iPad. But yeah, it's pretty good, I think. 1150. I guess I'll have to submit this. I don't even know how to like submit it, but yeah, I'll figure it out. But yeah, thanks for watching. I don't even know if this is gonna record my audio or not, but yeah. Thanks. See you later.